Hello and welcome to another cup of coffee with me, Sandy. Well, life is very strange. I walked into an art shop the other day to pay for something that I owed them. And suddenly the one lady at Gallery 151 said to me, "You have got to meet this man. He is quite incredible." And I looked around and I saw this man and I thought, yes, I want to meet him, but I want to know a lot more about him because all I saw on his T-shirt were tunas. And so my guest today is a wonderful painter, artist, and I think also entrepreneur. I don't know him, so I'm going to have so many questions. And his name is Fernando Quiros, and he comes from Jerez, Puerto Santa Maria. And welcome to A Cup of Coffee with me, Fernando. How are you?
Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you.
Good. I am so pleased to see you, and your background just tells me so much about you. It is alive, it's lively, it's color, it's so much. But let me stop being so excited and let me ask you questions.
Yes.
You started off, I think, your grandparents, your grandfather and your father were both artists. Did you start off as an artist as well?
Well, for me, they are artists, but they used to paint like a hobby, not a professional career and anything. And I think that inside of me, there was something about this art. And I discovered it 3 years ago, only 3 years ago.
Right.
And I started to paint because I went to my friend's house and I saw 2 pictures and I say, Gloria is the name. And I said, Gloria, they are very ugly. I don't like it. I don't like those pictures. Say, why not? They are from, they give to me like a present. Yes, I don't like. They look like that you have bought them in a Chinese shop. I don't like them. Say, and what can I do? Say, I can paint them. I say, yes, can you paint it? Say, I don't know, but I will try. And I take those pictures, and in the back side, I paint 2 very colorful fishes. They were not tunas. They were fat fishes with a lot of color and so on. And she said me, they are wonderful. I said, and how didn't you know that you can paint? I said, okay, I didn't know.
What did you do before that?
Well, I at the beginning, when I studied tourism, okay, because I loved languages, okay. So I studied tourism. I was working in a bodega selling sherry wine, okay. I was the guide with the visits and so on, and I stayed there during 8 years, I think. I was in the commercial department. And after that, I started to work like a guide in the bullring here in El Puerto with a friend, okay? And when we are together, my friend and me, always are thinking, what can we do, okay? So we saw a very big room and we said, what can we do here? There is a very big space and we have to do something. And we decided to put a, I don't know the name inside, a tailor shop for the dresses of the Bullfighters.
Okay.
And we contact with a tailor in Madrid, a very famous one, and we asked him if he wanted to have a little shop of his big shop here in the south of Spain, and he said yes. So in that moment we start to be tailor as well.
You were actually making, or you were just had his clothes?
Yes, Well, I have been working in that job during 3 years.
Okay.
With the COVID, there were bullfightings and so on. But during those 3 years, a lot of bullfighters, very famous bullfighters, went to Madrid and asked to the tailor, I would like to have a new dress. Okay, but the drawings, you know that the drawings always, or normally, they are flowers and so on, and you have to draw, and after that you put with gold parts, little parts, yes, in the jacket, in the pants, and so on.
Usually the side of the pants, right?
Yes, and one day he said to me, could you design one jacket for one very famous bullfighter? I said, oh, yes. He has dreamed that he was close to an orange tree. So you have to draw something with relation with that dream. And I used to paint the flowers and so on, and it was marvelous. And he said, okay. And after that, another bullfighter came, and step by step, I designed lots of bullfighter dresses.
And that was all the jackets and the pants?
Yes, yes.
My goodness me. Was that during COVID time?
Yes.
And you were doing that at home?
Yes, 1 month before it happened, the history that I told you about my friend and so on.
Yes.
So I paint those very big fishes. She gave to me like a present a canvas, and I paint an octopus and 2 fishes and the plant, the sea plants, and so on. And another friend said, I'm going to buy to you. Okay. And with that money, I bought more canvas, and the COVID came. So I had a lot of time in my house, in the garage, and it was all the time painting. And I put in Facebook and Instagram and so on, and it starts to grow up the followers, step by step.
Yeah, little by little. You started as a baby, and you're growing and you're growing. And you're
yes.
growing. But where did you get your love for tuna? I mean, I love tuna. If I go and have sushi, I just want tuna and salmon. I don't want anything else.
Yes, so
lots and lots of tuna.
That was the reason for me too. Yeah? I love tuna. I love sushi, and for example, and tuna is one of the typical fishes here in the south of Spain. We have a lot of farms and so on in Barbate, Vejer. We are close to El Puerto, and I like it because always the tuna goes in a group all together. So when I paint one tuna, I put another one. So I can complete the whole canvas with tunas. And I paint, the first time I paint them with, like the real ones, in blue and light blue, with some touches with yellow. But the second one was in color, the tunas in color. And after that, I start to mix all the techniques and so on. So every people knows to me like the man of the tunas in color.
I love it because I have seen your things, and behind you, you've got all those wonderful tunas with all the colors of the rainbow. And from what I can gather of you, you just love color. Color is very special. You are not a black and white person at all. No,
never.
There must be color in your life, and color comes from the head, and it's all the way down. And when I met you, I saw that you had a T-shirt. And
like this.
Yes, yeah. And you've got tunas on your T-shirt. And I actually said to you, do you think that you could make me a sweatshirt for the winter with tunas on? And you said, sure, Sandy, whatever you want, I can make tunas. But you made a tuna also a painting for a lady that was disabled. She was in a wheelchair. Tell me
Yes.
that story.
Okay, so when I start to paint, everybody knew me like the man with the tunas in colors. So the first summer, so I start to paint more or less in November. So next summer in 2020, I decided to make some t-shirts for my parents, my brother-in-law, and some friends with the tuna and Quiros. Okay, so I put a photo in Facebook. Say, look at my shirt, my t-shirt, and I start to receive messages of people. I want 2, I want 3, I want 4. And it was crazy. So I decided to have a collection. Okay. In that summer, I have a friend. The name is Deborah. She told me, I want a t-shirt with a tuna. I said, okay, yes. So you come to El Puerto or I go to Jerez. So the summer finished. Okay. And she said, Deborah, now there's no time for t-shirts. So I'm going to make like a sweater. Okay. Say, okay, I want one, but I want a tuna in a wheelchair. Can you do that? I say, of course. So I paint a drawing with a pencil, with a tuna with a wheelchair. I say, no, forget that drawing because the wheelchair is very, very old. So you have to paint a new one like mine. So she sent me a photo and I paint the wheelchair. Say, it's fantastic. And I start to design another tunas with different handicaps. Okay, so there's a blind one, another with that cannot hear, and I make a promotion with merchandising with those. I call them discatunes because in Spanish is discapacidad. So it's handicapped.
I am municipalidad. I am handicapped.
Okay, so I made coffee cups, t-shirts, a lot of things with those tunas, and I sold them. And with the benefit was for people who need handicapped people or associations or something like that who needs money to buy anything. And I can, normally they are children, so I help them with those tunas.
Have you got anything that you can show me that you can lift up maybe on your desk without knocking your computer so that I don't get a vibration of something that I think that you've made zapatas, shoes?
Yes.
Have you got something like it? Oh my goodness me.
I paint them by hand.
You don't?
Yes.
And they can get wet and nothing happens to it?
Sorry?
They can get wet and nothing happens to the paint. It is sealed.
No, there's nothing.
And it can get washed.
And a special paint.
Wow.
Yeah, they are for summer.
Well, I want to tell you, next summer, watch me in Estepona. I will be Lady Tuna.
Yes.
The drills in tuna.
And for example, these are the cups. I have a lot of different cups.
Amazing. Okay. You see, this is called a cup of coffee with Sandy and guests. Yes. And there is your cup for coffee. And look at my cup is very ordinary. It is very plain. I am going to need a tuna cup.
Next time, I will give you one.
Okay.
And you will see that the coffee smells different and the taste is different. It's happiness. You drink happiness.
My life is, my life, I think, is like yours. It's filled with happiness. It's got to be full of love and happiness. And have you got any other things that you have made?
Yes, I have a special thing I want to show you.
Yes.
At the beginning, I start painting. I receive a phone call, and it was a man, and he said, okay, my name is Asier. I'm a basketball player. So a professional one. He said to me that 6 months before, the doctor said that he couldn't continue playing basketball because he was sick. He had sclerosis multiple. Okay, and he decided to focus his life to help people with the same sickness. And he created a beer, a charity beer, like this one. There are 6 kinds of beer, different beer, and each one, the benefit of selling this kind of beer will go to a different sickness. And for me, he said, I love your tunas. I want a label with your tunas in pink.
Oh my goodness me. Oh.
Yes, it's for the cancer.
And it's got a pink ribbon, which is breast cancer. It's cancer awareness.
Yes. And there are 6 different, and that is mine. And the other 5 were drawn for very, very famous people. So for me, it was a surprise because, yes, you are calling to Fernando Quiros. He said, yes, I know. Yes, I know. Yes, but the other artists are very, very famous artists. He said, yes, I know, but I love your tunas. So I want one label for you. So for me, it's excellent. And a part of that, I can help. So perfect, incredible.
I know what you're going to be doing on the 27th of this month. You are going to be having, is it called Mudita?
Yes, Mudita.
Mudita beer, a special charity where there will be raffles and people buying raffle tickets, and if they buy their raffle tickets, they will actually get a bottle of the beer with your tunas on. And those are going to be very special because in time, they are going to be worth a lot of money. They really are, because you are an artist that is growing. You may not have been an artist for many years at the moment, but you are very young and it is growing tremendously. And that function is at Galleria 151 in Estepona. You are going to be there to launch it. I am certainly going to be there, and I want to buy a bottle, well, to get a bottle, so I'm going to buy a raffle ticket to get a bottle with the pink, because I love
maybe you earn the big present, a picture with the pink tunas.
Yes, as
with the
well.
ticket, yes, you have a number.
Yes. I didn't know when I walked into that gallery how my life was going to change. You see, you never know what's around the corner in life.
Yes.
As long as you go in positive.
Yes.
And all my positivity was to go and pay for a debt that I owed. And look what I found. Such happiness, and this incredible man with so many marvelous ideas. Do you have a store as well, a little shop that you sell?
Yes, well, I have my studio where I paint in El Puerto de Santa Maria. Yes, and next summer, I would like, I'm starting to open 3 more.
In that area?
One in Soto Grande.
Yes.
Another one in Chiclana.
See.
Yes, and the other one here in El Puerto, in the close to the to this place. Okay, close to the beach.
What about coming further east? What about coming Estepona, Marbella, San Pedro? They don't know you here. So I am giving you the thought of, although you are talking about your area and the furthest up is Soto Grande, which is very elegant and very smart, but I know, my gut tells me that you are going to be very famous in San Pedro and Marbella, and certainly in Estepona.
Okay, so
what do you really want to achieve in your life?
Well, It's difficult to say. For me, I think that the most important thing is to be happy with yourself.
Sure.
And if I can make happy to the other ones with my pictures of my tunas, and a part of that, help to needed people, I think that this is the best goal that I can have. And the education of my children, I think that is very important to me too.
Family is very important.
Yes, because I love to help people. Okay, I love them. I love it.
Well, I'm going to, it's nearly the end of the program, but I want to give a little snip of something that maybe I shouldn't even, but for the people who are going to the Kudeka Gala in Marbella in December, they are going to have a very amazing experience with Fernando and his tunas or his, I don't know with what. It's a secret, but all I know is that
it is a surprise.
Look at this face, remember this face, look at the tunas, and remember Fernando, because if you are coming to the Kudeka Gala dinner in Marbella on the 11th of December, this man is going to surprise you more than you will ever know. And it just shows that he does want to do things for charities and help people and people with cancer and the breast awareness. So you are giving so much of yourself. You know, what you give in life, you get back tenfold, is my theory.
I think
and
so.
I'm thrilled to meet you. I'm so happy to have spoken with you, found out something more than I knew because I didn't know very much to begin with. And I hope that we have filled people with the excitement that I have got, knowing you and knowing what you are doing and how you are doing it. And I don't even know where you're going to end up, but you are going to end up being very well known. And the one little story I want to say is when I left that gallery that day, I saw a van that I looked at, I took photos of, and it's only painted in thousands and thousands of tunas of all colors. It's all colors of the rainbow. And that is the happiest car I have seen on the road ever. And of that, Fernando, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything. I wish you lots of luck. Thank you for being my guest on A Cup of Coffee today. And in one of the next cup of coffees that I will be having with another guest, I will be lifting up a cup that has got tunas on.
Of course.
And that will be my special cup of coffee that I will be having always. Can it have pink tunas on?
Of course.
Okay. Because I love pink.
Yes.
Thank you. Take care. And I wish you well. And I look forward to seeing you on the 27th of this month at the gallery and see the surprises that they're going to be there and also the surprises on the 11th of December. In the meantime, take care. And to my viewers, I hope that you have found happiness, color, and just excitement in this wonderful interview that I have had with my new friend Fernando. And I will see you probably in 2 weeks' time. I don't know who my guest will be. As you always know, my guests change from time to time. I never know which shop I may walk into and who I may meet, and look who I've met this time. So until then, I say, take care, look after yourself. And to you, Fernando, I wish you so much luck and happiness. And we will be doing things together in the future. I sincerely hope.
I'm sure. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye to my guests.